All right, what's going on, guys? Time to hook you guys up with the top 5 best loadouts in Warzone 2. I think that these loadouts will actually be easy for anybody, and the fact that they are the fastest killing ones, I think that they will be the best for you. So whether you are a pro or you are a beginner, if you're a pro, they're going to help you even more, but if you're a beginner, you'll still be able to slay very easily. We're going to start out with the ISO Hemlock, the best AR in the game right now. In fact, I feel like the next season they're going to nerf this gun, so use it before they nerf it. Putting on the Harbinger D20 for the sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness. Now, the cons are that you get a reduction of aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and aim walking speed, but it doesn't matter because this is an AR in Warzone 2. You'll see in game that it's just it's not really that important, especially because you're going to be ADSing a whole lot. But set the bullet velocity at 0.87 inches and the recoil smoothness at 0.54 ounces. Put on the F-Tac Clipper 56 for aiming out stability, hipfire accuracy, and recoil stabilization. Hipfire accuracy isn't that important. It's pretty much the recoil aspect that we care about. You get a reduction of walking speed and aim down sight speed. So I put the aiming out stability at 0.35 inches and the recoil stabilization at 0.65 ounces. Next, I put on a 45 round mag. Now, if you don't want the cons, then you can just take that off. But I do recommend having 45 bullets just so you can get as many kills as possible before having to reload. Fielder T50 is in fact the best barrel for this gun, and it's for the damage range, bullet velocity, hipfire accuracy, and recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed, hip recoil control, and movement speed. I set the damage range to 0.17 inches and the recoil steadiness to 0.15 pounds, just because after that it doesn't help anymore. And then the aim-out B4 for the precision sight picture, set to max far distance. And even though this is my first game, I'm showing you guys how easy it is to control the recoil. Like, I'm not trying hard at all. It's super easy to control, and in fact, second time around probably be even easier. So check this out, let all the things come back, and it's just really that easy to use. This is still the best weapon in Warzone 2, and in fact, I don't think that there's anything that can actually beat it right now. Another amazing thing I want to show you guys is the Vaznev. Now, if everybody has played a little bit of ranked play, now you guys know that the Vaznev is the best SMG to use, and in Warzone 2, it is the same effect. So, this weapon is incredible. I put on the CAS 1 381mm. This helps with the damage range, hipfire accuracy, and bullet velocity, so you don't have to worry about actually putting like a silencer on it to actually give a better damage range or bullet velocity. It's already there. You don't have to worry about it. Only reduction of aim down sight speed and hip recoil control. I increased the damage range by literally 0.01, so honestly, you don't even have to change that if you don't want to. I increased the recoil steadiness at 0.44 pounds. Then I moved on to the 45 round mag. If you don't want to use 45 round mag, you don't have to, but I did recommend having more bullets. This is Warzone. You want to get as many kills as possible. I put on the true tack grip for sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed, the reduction of recoil control because it already has good recoil control. Set the sprint to fire speed to negative 0.15 inches and the recoil steadiness to 0.58 ounces. Next, I put on the broadside FCT for aiming stability, charge movement speed, aim down sight speed, and sprint speed. Now, the downside is that aim walking speed and recoil control is reduced. I put the aiming out stability to 0.70 inches and the aim down sight speed of negative 3.87 ounces because that is the max that will get pushed before it doesn't have any effect. Now check this thing out, super easy to use as well. Like, literally you don't have to try that hard. Only downside is long range is probably going to be a little bit harder to control. So be careful about the long range gunfights, but short range gunfights, super easy. I mean, gets the job done super fast. Like I said, if you want to do short, long range gunfights, you're going to kind of have to burst fire a little bit. I mean, it's completely up to you whether you choose to do that or not. Long range, like I said, be careful. But overall, this is a fantastic SMG, and I highly recommend it. In fact, I think it is the best SMG overall right now. So, if you're going to use an SMG, use this. Next, we're going to move on to the Fennec, though, because I know people are still stuck on the Fennec. In fact, I still love the Fennec too. So if you guys want to use a Fennec and you guys want to have a good class, even though it got nerfed like crazy, this class feels like it did not get nerfed. Put on the ZLR 16.5 ignition barrel for damage range, bullet velocity, hipfire accuracy, and recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed, hip recoil control, and movement speed. Set the damage range to 0.25 inches and the recoil steadiness to 0.32 pounds. Put on the 0.45 auto pressured for the ammunition. This increases the target flinch with no cons. It also increased the bullet velocity by 5.52 GR and the damage range to 0.25 Gs. Now, a lot of people don't actually realize that this helps with the bullet velocity and damage range if you tune it, but it only does it if it's tunable. So if you don't have this leveled all the way up, please level it up so you can actually tune that. It's a big factor. Plus, it gives more flinch when you get the shots on. So, I mean, this is just a fantastic choice. Also, Fennec Mag 45. I mean, if you want to use a 30, you can, but I don't really recommend it. I also use the Fennec rubber grip for sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed at the cost of recoil control. sprint to fire speed set to negative 16 inches, and set the aim down sight speed to negative 0.68 ounces. I also put on the Agile Assault 7 stock for sprint speed, aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, and aim down sight speed at the cost of aiming stability and recoil control. Set the aiming out stability and max it out at 2.40 inches, and the weight to negative 2.06 ounces for aim down sight speed. You would think that the end result would be a whole bunch of recoil, but as you guys see, super low recoil. And long range, you have to do the same burst firing, but every bullet just basically does a whole lot of damage, so it's something you really don't have to worry about. It's just a fantastic weapon overall, so if you want to use this, feel free, and you will definitely get the job done. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that you'll do a great job using this weapon. Now, another thing that people kind of don't want to let go of, so I cover it every time, is the RPK. It's an incredible weapon. You know, I feel like that there are better weapons now, but because people like using this, I will make the class for it. So we start out with Bullet Fire S for sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness at the cost of aim down sight speed and aiming stability. Put the bullet velocity at 0.32 inches and the recoil smoothness at 0.32 ounces. Put on the F-Tac Ripper 56. Set the aiming out stability to 0.21 inches and the recoil stabilization of 0.44 ounces. The pros are aiming out stability, hip fire accuracy, and recoil stabilization at the cost of walking speed and aim down sight speed. Now put on high velocity for the ammunition, max out the bullet velocity, don't change the weight. You would think you would want more damage range, but trust me, you don't want to change that because the recoil will be a mess. We're going to put on the Demo X2 grip for recoil control. Don't change the width. Change the weight to 0.74 ounces because it doesn't get any better after that. That's for recoil steadiness. And then put on the AIMOT V4, set the tuning to far, and then check this product out. This thing is actually amazing, very easy to use, and still has fantastic recoil control. If you change it in any other way, you're not going to have this good recoil control. Because I don't know what they did with the RPK, but recently the recoil is a little bit harder to control. So, if you want zero recoil, use this build. And it's super easy. So the last thing I want to show you guys is the MP5. It's actually a very easy and fantastic weapon to use. We're going to start out with the Merc 4 grip. This actually has amazing movement and amazing recoil control. So Merc 4 grip is for hip fire accuracy, recoil steadiness, hip recoil control, and aim walking steadiness at the cost of aim walking speed and aim down sight speed. Set the aim down sight speed to negative 0.28 inches and the hip walking speed to negative 0.54 ounces, or along that point. Like, basically you just don't want the recoil to start going down. That's where you'll start, you know, seeing some negatives. Put on the 9mm overpressured for target flinch at the bullet velocity of 4.94 GR and a damage range of 0.45 Gs. 40 round mag because 50 is not necessary unless you absolutely want it, but I think 40 is more than enough. VLK Laser 7 MW for aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and sprint to fire speed at the cost of the laser being visible in ADS. Keep that in mind. I did not change the zeroing distance, but I set the sprint to fire speed to negative 0.23 ounces. Put on the LM stockless mod. You can't really tune that, but it's for aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, and hip recoil control at the cost of aiming recoil control, aiming stability, and flinch resistance. Now, you would think this is all bad, but this is actually all compensated for in all these things right here. So, final thing is to show you guys how amazing this is. First of all, it has good movement, so you're not going to have to worry about, you know, really moving slow or anything like that. And the recoil is very easy to control. So, please use this. Keep it short to medium range, and you'll do fantastic.